The titular fly, struggling for survival before succumbing to death at boss's hand, is a symbol that offers multiple interpretations. The fly's victimization, the boss renders it helpless by repeatedly submerging the fly in ink on his blotting paper, suggests the sadism and brutality of warfare. Mansfield personification. Mansfield's personifications of the fly with its little front legs waving in a cry for help, waving for cry, waving in a cry for help represents the tragedy of Britain's sacrifice to the horrors of World War I. The fly's struggle for survival can be read as a symbol of the boss's son. The fly's struggle for survival can be read as a symbol of the boss's son and Woodyfield's son, Reggie. As I told you that the employer, Mr. Bose, and the servant, Woodyfield, was also the friend of Bose. Both of them lost their son in the World War I, 6 years before. So the fly's struggle for survival can be read as a symbol of the boss's son and Woodyfield's son Reggie, who were both killed in World War I and now lie buried in Belgium. And now lie buried in grave in Belgium. The fly's symbolic ambiguity also opens up interpretations of the boss and Woodyfield's drowning in grief and incompetence following their son's death. As I told you already, that both Woodyfield's daughters have gone to visit the grave of their father. The boss's grinding feeling of wretchedness after he kills the fly perhaps signifies an older generation's guilt at sending their sons to war. Senior authorities committed Britain's youth to battle using ink penned on documents, while similarly the boss used ink to drown the fly. Mansfield furthermore depicts Woodyfield as vulnerable stroke survivor who is dominated by his well-intentioned family. They controlled his daily movements in a similar manner to the boss's control over the fly. At a broader societal level, the fly's suffering and death can also symbolize the human condition, as all creatures must grapple with mortality. In particular, the boss Woodyfield and the boss's clerk Mackay are all aging men who are approaching the ends of their lives. At the time of writing The Fly, Mansfield was nearing death herself, suffering terribly from tuberculosis and fighting for life like the fly doused in ink. Like the fly doused in. Catherine Mansfield presents numerous consequences of war in the short story The Fly, specially touching on loss, grief, and change as resulting experience. In 1922, when Catherine Mansfield wrote the story, The Fly, the Britain was recovering from its involvement in the brutal horrors of World War I. The narrative itself takes place in a London office about 6 years after the war. where the unnamed protagonist, the boss, speaks with his former employee, the elderly Mr. Woodyfield. Both men lost their sons in combat. Both the employer and the employee lost their sons in the First World War. And Woodyfield's reference to their sons, well, kept Graves' forces, the boss, to grapple with the painful repercussion of the war 6 years later. The theme of warfare and its lasting repercussions impact Mansfield narrative at present. Mansfield's narrative at personal and societal levels. The boss's memory of his deceased son. The boss's memory of his died son or expired son or martyred son highlights his anxieties around business succession. कौन होगा मेरे मरने के बाद, मेरे इतनी बड़ी बिजनेस को कौन संभालेगा, इतना बड़ी विरासत मेरे पास है तो उसे कौन संभालेगा, मैं किसके नाम छोड़कर जाऊंगा, किसके नाम करूंगा, क्योंकि उसका तो अकेला बेटा ही था. द बॉस's memory of his deceased or a martyred son highlights his anxieties. चिंताएं बनी हुई है उसके अंदर around business succession and mortality, while show commenting on Britain's transformed gender dynamics in post-World War I Britain and critiquing national authorities. So, my dear students, so the consequences of wars are not at all good. We find in this story that war has taken everybody into such a different world where we cannot discuss in that sense. So Catherine Mansfield presents numerous consequences of war in The Fly, especially touching on loss, grief, and change as resulting experiences. In 1922, when Catherine Mansfield wrote the story, Britain was recovering from its involvement in brutal horrors of the World War I. The narrative itself takes place in a London office about 6 years after the war, because the Woodyfields and Bo's sons were killed before 6 years. The narrative itself takes place in London office about 6 years after the war, where the unnamed protagonist, the boss, speaks with his former employee, the elderly Mr. Woodyfield. Both men lost their sons in war, and Woodyfield's reference to these sons well kept grave forces, the boss, to grapple with the painful repercussions of the war. 6 years later, the theme of the war and its lasting repercussions impact Mansfield's narrative at personal and societal levels. The boss's memory of his deceased son highlights the anxieties around business successions and mortality. While also commenting on Britain's transformed gender dynamics in post-World War I, Britain and critic national authorities' decisions to send their youth into armed conflicts. The brutalities of World War I. The brutalities of World War I intrude into the boss's orderly. The brutality of World War I intrude into the boss's orderly London office through multiple channels, including a physical photograph, vividly haunting memories, and Mansfield's use of militaristic language. In this way, Mansfield presents the effect of war as being inescapable. Even 6 years later, a photograph in the office of a grave-looking boy in uniform standing in one of these spectral photograph parks with photographs storm clouds behind him sharply reminds the boss of his familial or filial loss. The photograph's physical materiality contrast with the son's absence, signaled by ghostly adjectives such as spectral, and grave looking. The aftermath of war also intruded into the boss's personal life through Woodyfield's unexpected declarations that his daughters were in Belgium last week having a look at poor Reggie's grave. The Woodyfield sons was also buried in Belgium, and the son of Bose was also buried in Belgium. The aftermath of war intrudes into the boss's professional life through Woodyfield's unexpected declaration that his daughters were in Belgium last week having a look at poor Reggie's grave, and they happened to come across your boys. They are quite near each other. It seems this well-meaning comment triggers a landslide of memories for the boss, who isolates himself in his workplace to reflect on his grief during the months and years following his son's death. Manfield also signals the lasting impact of warfare through the militant language peppered throughout the story, which suggests that the effects of the war are inescapable for both the reader and the boss. Office phrases such as charged her and dozed in and out of his cubby hole, all suggestive of soldiers' movements in the field. The boss at the helm of his business issuing directives to the staff and snapping at them to look sharp about it evokes novel military leadership. The boss also describes terrible news as crashing about his head, gesturing to the unpredictable risk and chaos of warfare. Manfields also reference the violent capabilities of a sword or bayonet when the boss kills a fly in his office. When the boss kills a fly, माछी, जब एक मक्खी को बॉस मार रहा था. When the boss kills a fly in his office with a letter opener, the boss flipped the Financial Times with a paper knife, cocked an eye, plunged his pen back into the ink, and lifted the corpse of the fly on the end of the paper knife and flung it into the waste paper basket as if it were a casualty of war. As if it were a casualty of the war. The boss's anxieties regarding his business legacy and his own mortality demonstrate impact of war at a personal level. In losing his only son to war, एकमात्र छेले छिलोना. In losing his only son to war, she एकमात्र छेले युद्ध ते मारे छिलो. In losing its only son to war, the boss also loses the heir to his business. The boss claims that his son and the assured succession of his business were the precious driving force in his life. The boss's encounters with death, as he reflects on sons before torturing a fly in his office, cause him to experience a grinding feeling of wretchedness. Realities of casualties of war and bodily decompositions also disturbs his psyche. The thought of Woodyfield's daughters peering down into the son's grave particularly painful for the boss. अपने दोस्त के बेटे की बात जब सुनता है कि उसका दोस्त की दोनों बेटियां गई हैं अपने भाई की कब्र के पास, और ये बात सुनकर वो खुद दुखी हो जाता है. The thought of Woodyfield's daughters peering down into the son's grave is particularly painful for the boss. Imagining the grave from Woodyfield's daughters' perspective somehow makes the boss confront the morbid reality of his son's estate, overriding previous sugar-coated sentiments of his son's line, unblemished and peacefully asleep forever. The boss's discomfort furthermore highlights his deep anxiety surrounding mortality and impermanence. युद्ध में किसी का लाभ नहीं होता है, किसी का फायदा नहीं होता है. युद्ध में सभी का नुकसान होता है. किसी का भाई मरता है, किसी की बहन मरती है, तो किसी का बेटा मरता है, तो किसी के पापा एक्सपायर हो जाते हैं। युद्ध कभी भी किसी का नहीं। बोस अपने बेटे के बारे में बार बार सोचकर दुखी हो जाता है। 6 साल पहले मेरा बेटा वर्ल्ड वॉर 1 में मारा गया। द boss's personal struggle with his legacy and mortality alongside his cruel treatment of a fly that happens to fall into his ink pot also point more broadly to the devastating consequences of war at a societal level. The boss's drowning of a fly in ink on his blotting paper struggle, the sadism and brutality of warfare. Mansfield's personification of the fly with its little front legs waving in a cry for help suggests the enormity of the Britain's territory loss of its sons. The fly, drawn out suffering additionally, speaks to the lasting psychological consequences of warfare for survivor and their loved ones. Many war veterans suffer psychological responses to their experiences of intense traumatic events, the most common of which is now defined as the post-traumatic stress disorder, a term that became widely used after the Vietnam War. The fly's ongoing encounters with intense distress parallel soldiers' experiences of the stressful conditions of war, followed by psychological responses that society struggled to understand after World War I. अभी लेटेस्ट वार में मेरे प्यारे छात्र छात्रों हमने देखा है कि किस तरह से इज़राइल में और हमास में जो यहूदियों में और इनमें जो लड़ाई हो रही थी उसके बारे में हमने अभी देखा है, और किस तरह बिल्डिंग गिर रही थी, लोग रो रो कर भाग रहे थे. The fly's ongoing encounters with intense distress parallel soldiers' experiences of the stressful condition of war, followed by psychological responses that society struggled to understand after World War I. Woodyfield's deteriorating mental and physical health, perhaps a response to his son's death. अब बेटा मरने के बाद कौन माँ बाप अच्छा खाएगा, अच्छा पिएगा, अच्छे से रह पाएगा? कोई नहीं रह पाता, वो खुद ही मर जाता है. Woodyfield's deteriorating mental and physical health, perhaps a response to his son's death, further echoes this issue of trauma. Meanwhile, Britain's post-World War I workforce dynamic shifted as a generation of missing male youth disturbed traditional gender roles, female control of the informed. Woodyfield's daily schedule signifies these changes. Mansfield also challenges patriarchal authority through the boss and Woodyfield's physical and mental frailties. Mansfield characterizes Woodyfield as a trembling, dim-eyed. ये है characteristics of man. Woodyfield. Woodyfield is a trembling, dim-eyed, shrunken man with a chill old brain who regularly experiences memory loss. By the story conclusion, C. Company described the boss as nervous and is sweating at his own memory's failure. The Fly can therefore be read as a moralistic story that questions the ethics of warfare at personal and societal levels. Mansfield exposes the cruelties and brutalities of war on its participants through a focus on the consequences back home from personal grief and a crisis of gender identities threaten to overwhelm societal order. Mansfield injects warfare into a London office to perhaps suggest that war is a type of business transaction. She thereby critiques national authorities' seemingly callous decisions to involve their citizens in armed conflicts. So, my dear students, we have seen over here, we read today the characters, who are the characters in this. We also read here what is the theme of this story, and we interacted, rather I enable you to know about the character, the theme, and the story of this story, The Fly. Whatever the study material I have sent to you, please read that study material and prepare for the examination. So this is the only my guidance to all of you. Take care of yourself and use mask, use sanitizer, be careful about your parents' health, don't put them in trouble, because if you go out and don't take bath and use mask and others, then your parents will also suffer. So because now that Delta variant is emerging and coming, so which may become a very big problem for us, and then your parents should not weep like the Bose and Woodfields are weeping. तो हम जानते हैं कि इसमें कैरेक्टर कौन कौन है. द कैरेक्टर्स इन द स्टोरी आर द बोस, Woodfield, Bose's son, then Mackie, an aged clerk, Reggie, Woodfield's son, and Woodfield's daughters, and Woodfield's wife. These are the characters. That's all. Thank you very much to all of you, my dear. Thanks a lot.